ShartimusPrime, ShartimusPrime. Reading comics, toys are hella sick, hella whacking it, taking bad hits, taking bad shit. Subscribe.
Oh, nice.
Hey, what's up, you guys? ShartimusPrime here, doing another Marvel Legends action figure review on the Marvel Legends Walmart exclusive Infinity Saga Avengers Infinity War movies Captain America. Trying to get your Marvel Legends, you can do so at
Big. Get your big badass toys at BigBadToyStore.com. Click the link in the description below.
While you're down there, I ask you to please hit that like button, and if you're new here, hit that subscribe button as well as the notification bell. And finally, I have this in hand. Holy crap, it took a while. My last Marvel Legends Infinity Saga figure I've needed to get. Anyway, on the side, you can see the Infinity Saga poster image. On the back, you can see the Infinity War poster image. There's a read-up over here in several languages. If you want to read it, go ahead and pause it right now. Then we have some different characters on this side, some from the same on the other side. You know how they do. On the top, you get a spot varnished Avengers Infinity War, as well as it saying Captain America right there. Not much more at the bottom, so let's get to it and crack this thing open. And here's Captain America out of the packaging. Not looking too bad. There's a lot to discuss. But first, let's get a closer look at those accessories, and then we'll take a closer look at Cap. So we get 2 head sculpts for Captain America, and then we get 2 sets of interchangeable hands and 2 vibranium shields, which is one of my biggest gripes with this figure. I wanted an even set of shields over here. I had used this one, from the previous version, which is not accurate. And then I used a Marvel Select one, which is closer, and then that didn't match. I also had the basic figure version right over here that I was kind of using for a while. So, I was really looking forward to get an even set. And I know what they're going for over here. This is kind of like the relaxed version, and this is, the more aggressive weaponized version with extra spikes coming out. And the paint apps look really good over here and everything, so I do like that. And you can see the inside right over here. Getting him to hold these is a little bit tricky, not too bad. And you can see that we get the weapon holding hands right there, and then you get a set of fisted hands. The gloves look really good. I do like them. But yeah, I feel like, following some steps here is actually a pretty good idea. We actually want to take the hinge and point it towards the back of the hand like that. Trust me, that's going to help. And then you're going to go ahead and wrap this around the handle. And then now you could go ahead and pull this straight right here so that you can go ahead and attach to the wrist. These pop off easy. I wish they were glued on there. There's a little track right there for that little knob, so you just want to follow the shape, and then you can take this end and pour it in and push down on the knuckles, and there you go. Now he's holding one of his vibranium shields. And then for removing these, it's actually also kind of tricky. I just kind of pry it out of his hand and then just slip over the hand like this. So I think Hasbro did a pretty bad job of making this figure look like Dwight Stahl. They did a much better job with the previous version over here. But for real, this does look like Chris Evans to me. I think they did a great job with this. I like both of these head sculpts. The beard looks good. The hair looks great and everything. The eyes look really good over here. So I'm pretty happy with that. And then we do see a little bit of color variation in the browns right there for the hair. So I like that paint detail. It looks pretty good. And then here's the mean face. And wow, that looks good too. I like how the hair is a little bit more messed up and everything. This looks like the scene when, the Thanos Infinity Gauntlet was all smushing towards him and he's all holding it up just by himself, and beard looks nicely done. So yeah, I do like how this looks. Both of these head sculpts I think look pretty accurate, so I do like them. There's not much to complain about for the rest of the figure. We get the same torso, same legs and everything, but we get the new arms, which look great. You can see the pinless joints right over here. Well, I did complain about these wristbands coming off a lot easier than I'd like, but he does have the wristbands on hand gloves on both sides, so that's really cool looking. And then you can see a little bit of color variation for those gloves, so I like that. I did have a little bit of plastic coming off around the shoulder, so you can see that right over there. That's a little frustrating. Nice paint apps on the back. You can see the cap butt, and then we do get the pins right over here on the legs, and that's just because these are older legs, so they did a mix match over here and they didn't retool the whole thing. And you can see serial number info on the back of the leg. We've been getting them on the bottom of the feet lately, so it's kind of weird to see that. Boots look look fine, and you can see that we do get the peg holes. So I'm going to go through the articulation fairly quickly over here. We've seen this before for the most part. You can see the head will look up that far and down that much, get side-to-side motion, a tiny bit of head tilting right over here. While doing stop motion, I did learn that you can rotate the neck side to side. I don't know if that's on purpose or not, but it does rotate at the base of the neck over here. Shoulders will move all the way out to the side. Again, just a little bit of the tearing on that shoulder, but not on the right side. You can move it at full 360. You get the bicep swivel. The pinless double jointed elbows bend in that far forward, and then you can turn the wrists side to side and they all hinge up and down. You get an ab crunch forward, ab crunch back, waist swivel, hips move outward that far, kicks forward, moves back a little bit, upper thigh cut, double jointed knees, boot rotation, ankles do move down, up, and beautiful ankle pivot. And to measure out this Captain America figure, you can see that it is standing right at 6.5 inches tall, the same size as a street human. Link in the description below. And then for a Marvel Legends Infinity War Captain America comparison, you can see we have the first version right over here, and then there's the newer one, which looks way better. The star is actually sculpted different. I didn't notice that until right now. There's added texturing to the star that we don't have on this figure right here. Then here's our new Marvel Legends Infinity War Captain America figure next to the Marvel Select Infinity War Captain America figure. And yeah, I mean, this is really cool too. I like this. I think I like this one a little bit more. Then here's the new Captain America figure next to a couple other Infinity War figure characters. We have Black Panther and we have Thanos. And here's our Infinity Saga Captain America figure next to all of the other Marvel Legends Infinity Saga figures. I think this is all of them, right? I think I got them all here. And I do have a ranking for these. So at the bottom of the list, I did give it to the Iron Man Thanos 2-pack. For the price point, I just didn't really feel the need to buy those figures again. I really like the Iron Man figure more than the Thanos, but yeah, without the other accessories from other figures for the Thanos, it just doesn't really work that well for me. Anyway, above that, I am giving it to the Infinity War Captain America figure. That is not my favorite design for Cap. Didn't really want an updated version, but it's a much needed updated version because the previous one was definitely a letdown. So, and then from there, I am giving it to the Rescue and Captain Marvel. I do like those figures. It's just that, you know, I already have those characters once again, and I just didn't feel a huge itch that needed to be scratched to get an updated version of those two, even though I do like the Captain Marvel design from Endgame. But above that, I am giving it to the Odin figure, and then from there, I am giving it to Happy and the Midas figure. Really happy to have a Happy Hogan. And then from there, I'm giving it to the Endgame Thor. Then next is Mark III Iron Man, and then at the number 3 spot, I am giving it to the Ironmonger and Obadiah Stane, and I'm grouping these, by the way, they're sold, by the way. And the number 2 spot, I give it to Quicksilver, and my favorite one out of all of these is the Searcher. I mean, look at that freaking thing, it's so freaking awesome. Sorry, a little excited. But yeah, if you want to let me know your ranking in the comment section, I'll leave a heart. And then here's our Infinity Saga Captain America figure. Next to your average 6-inch scale figure, we have the Marvel Legends Big Time Letdown Spider-Man. Ooh, you got a couple of shields. I got a shield. Hey, want to trade a shield, huh? So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, show some love to this channel by simply clicking that like button. And if you're new here, hit that subscribe button as well as the notification bell. And a big thanks to all these true believers over here that support this content via the Tron and membership. If you're interested in signing up and in a position to do so, check it out. Link in the description below. And this figure isn't bad. It's not bad. It's just not something I really wanted personally. A lot of people out there may really just love this design and may be super stoked to get this updated version without having to pay a whole bunch of extra money for an import figure. But for me, it's just something that I wasn't really that thrilled about when I heard about the announcement, and I wanted it to review, and that's really the reason why I picked it up more than anything else, just being honest with you guys. But it is a much better version than what we'd gotten before, so I gotta give it that for sure. And it's not a bad figure, but you know, just for me personally, at the price point of around 25 to 30 bucks, I'm gonna give this Infinity War Captain America Infinity Saga figure a SUD rating of...
I'll wait for the Black Friday sale.
And I'd like to know what you guys think, so please let me know in the comments section below, and if you leave a ranking, I will give it a heart. If you want to see the latest in Marvel news and a photo gallery of images, you can find it all over at marvelousnews.com, and if you want to stay in touch with me on social media, you can find me on Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, TikTok, and the daily updates over on Kickstarter for the Street Humans, and I will catch you guys later. Peace!
That's crispy.
Hey, new ShartimusPrime videos. Hey, you should click one. Yeah, click on one of them. Or subscribe if you haven't.
Your face.